Hi everyone, today I'm gonna show you how to create a traveling scene using PixCap. This later can be used for design for tourism or flight booking agencies. Let's get started. Go to My Projects and choose Create a Project. This is the interface for the editor mode. At first, I'm gonna create a cube. At the left side is the Asset panel. Now I'm gonna create another sphere and another cylinder. As you can see, all the assets in the viewpoint are displayed in the Assets panel. At the right side is the Properties panel, and this allows you to adjust the properties of the selected nodes. The properties inside the panel will change based on the selected node too. At the bottom is the Animation panel. For example, I create a simple animation here. However, I'm not going to share much information about that panel in this tutorial. And now it's the viewpoint, which is quite similar to the other 3D softwares. I'm going to introduce some very important hotkeys that we usually use. First one is zoom in and zoom out. We scroll the middle mouse wheel to zoom. Click on the object and press F. The camera will focus on that object. Alt key plus the left mouse drag will rotate the camera around what is it focusing on. Middle wheel plus the mouse drag will pan the camera. We'll see something called Gizmo at the center of the object. Gizmo can be used to move, rotate, and scale the object. The viewport also reminds you of some hotkeys for the Gizmo. So now we're gonna create a scene. I'm going to add a cylinder so it works like a base of the whole composition. Notice that the border of the cylinder is not so smooth. We can make it rounder by tweaking the smoothness value at the Properties panel. After that, we will add another torus. This is like a decorative element of the base, and we also have to decrease the thickness value here too. After that, the remaining time of this tutorial is very simple. Basically, you just try to look for the necessary objects in the PixCap library and use them straight away to compose your scene. This whole scene is just about picking the objects from the library, using and positioning them. The sooner you get used to the camera control, the faster you will finish the scene. I will also put some nods during the time lapse so we'll know what are my search keywords. For this tutorial, the lighting setup will be quite simple. Basically, we're using only the default directional light which is already there when we create a project. In this scene, I want the light to cast shadow on the right, so I'm placing my light at the left side of the composition and increase the intensity of light so that the whole scene will be much brighter and shadow will also be more obvious. However, I want a soft shadow, so it's good to increase on the light radius and shadow softness. And last but not least, switch on the shadow cascade. You'll see how the shadow is much softer when this is turned on. We are about to complete our project. Right now, the only thing left is coloring the objects. Click on the material of each object and change the base color, and that's it.